This is a reading from the Notebooks by Marie Valtorta, 1943, August the 28th. Jesus says, "When I say I am the eternal immolated one, I am not stating a new concept. Those who were closest to me, Peter and John, have the same concept. Nor can all those who meditate on the works of the Father and of the Son and of the Spirit have a different one. You men are sometimes amazed that God, knowing all things in his infinite intelligence, should have proceeded to create man, and you almost wonder if God knew or did not know what man would commit. Oh, he knew. Nothing is unknown to the triune God. All the events in the universe, the births and deaths of planets, the formation and dissolution of nebulae, life or death on the worlds launched into space, cataclysms and explosions, are eternally known by the Eternal. And all the events on earth are also known eternally, one of the millions of worlds created by God, the one which is known to you, because you are its inhabitants. And all the events of man, considered as an inhabitant of the earth, are known eternally. Before Adam existed, God knew that Adam would sin, and with him Adam's race would sin for millennia. Not a single sin by men, and not a single virtue of men, are unknown to our wisdom, at both the time they occur, and at a time so far in advance that it cannot be compared to any limit of your time, stretching back over the centuries, through millennia, to the point of the non-existence of time, eternity. Quicken your glance, O Maria, into our eternity. Plunge into this sign of God. It is like turning your gaze towards a very clear sky, and considering that beyond that blue, which appears to you as a limit, there are still other boundless spaces, higher and higher, a whirlwind of ether, a whirlpool of blue, where the deeper you go, the more you rise, nor do you encounter its confines. Its blue, which really exists, is nothing but its non-being, as a solid substance. Its blue is made up of incalculable millions of kilometers of ether, in which the worlds created by my Father dance. Our eternity is the same. It exists. When did it begin? Never. When will it end? Never. How long will it last? Always. How long has it been lasting? Always. Never. Always. Meditate on the boundless power which is in these two little words applied to perfection, not your always, linked to your brief life, which does not even last as long as life lasts, not your never, subject to such swift denials, but our always and our never, which do not undergo diminishment of any kind, and are clothed in our perfection. Nothing is hidden to God, nothing, and then, do you, poor men, wonder why God created man? Oh, what a useless question! Would you like to judge the work of God, bring his actions to trial? When you are in glory, you will understand all the mysterious reasons. You will read with the Spirit's gaze, free, pages that you now do not know, which now you furtively want to leaf through, falling on account of your useless pride, as ants wanting to perforate a mountain of marble, into the most pernicious errors. How many mysteries the universe still holds for you! You are immersed in mystery. God's mystery, the mystery of God's reasons, the mystery of the second life, the mystery of the cosmic laws, the mystery of the relations between this planet of yours and the other worlds, the mystery of the relations between those living on the earth and those who have already passed on to the second life. Your human curiosity and the need of your souls to rejoin their origins give you holy and unholy concerns. Holy ones, when they spur you to act well by desiring to delve more deeply into the mystery and union with the supernatural, so as to feel less exiled from the kingdom of the Spirit, and become increasingly capable of understanding spiritual words and of meriting the spiritual life, which reaches perfection in the other life, in my blessedness. Unholy ones, when, discarding beautiful and simple faith, you want to imitate Adam, and know what it is not useful to know, for the time being, violating the secret, forcing the gates of heaven, disturbing those resting in paradise, surmounting sacrosanct barriers. That is bad, my children. Believe this. Leave to your God the initiative of instructing you on the mysteries of the afterlife. He knows the extent to which he may introduce you into the secret which remains beyond death. Trust your Father and Master. Do not want to go beyond the limit irrespectfully. Do not want more than God wants. Be respectful. This is also valid for all those who are not content with what I have said and want to know more. But do you think that if it had been good to know, I would have had the 3 people brought back to life in the gospel forget? And yet none of them said what the other realm is. Not even I, the Word of the Father and infinite wisdom, have revealed to you the mystery of death, and others along with it, the knowledge of which is not necessary for your sanctification, but rather is harmful to it. Believing is higher than knowing. Believing is loving. I say it again. Believe then that if God created you, it was out of an impetus of love. Believe this with love to respond to such love. And with sevenfold love, believe that I, the eternal immolated one, am rightly called this, for since before time existed, I have been the one destined to be immolated to save you. My holocaust did not begin with my bodily life. No, it was before I became flesh in the womb of the Virgin. I did not begin with Adam's being cast out. No, it was Adam. It was before Adam sinned. It did not begin when the Father said, "Let us make man." No, it was before that creative thought. This holocaust accomplished by the second person of our Holy Trinity is like a beating at the core of the eternal heart of our being, always. Always, do you understand? Eternal as we are eternal. Everything foreseen and everything preordained eternally. I am the eternal immolated one, the eternal victim, he who transfuses his blood into you to heal you of the illnesses of sin, he who strengthens you in God with it, he who gives you all the certainties of faith and hope and nourishes you with his charity so that you can believe, live in God, and sanctify yourselves by means of the word that does not die and does not allow anyone drawing nourishment therefrom to die. Believe in me, my friends, and ask me for the grace to believe more and more. The light of faith and that of charity will allow you to see your God, your Jesus, more and more clearly, beginning in this life.